Divers have recovered vital flight data black box from the ill-fated Sriwijaya Air jet that crashed into the Java Sea. The National Search and Rescue Agency says the flight data recorder contains information about the plane's movements. The search continues for the cockpit voice recorder. Sriwijaya Ismail joins us live from Jakarta for more. Saiful, new evidence points to the fact that the crash may not be so much because of a mechanical malfunction. Can you tell us more?
Well, that's right, Steve. The ill-fated Sriwijaya aircraft was actually fit to fly, said the Indonesian's Transport Ministry. It passed an inspection last month and was issued with an airworthiness certificate valid until 17 December this year. The ministry said it had conducted routine checks in connection with the issuance of the certificate, and the checks included making sure that parts of the plane, like the compressor, were not corroded. Now, flight SJ182 had been parked in the hangar since 23rd March last year. It only began to fly again in December. So there was a 9-month period where the plane was not flying. But authorities said they had inspected the aircraft on 14th December. The plane flew 5 days later with no passengers and then resumed commercial flights on 22nd December. Now, the U.S. Federal Aviation Administration did issue an emergency directive in July 2020 for the Boeing 737 family of aircraft types, calling for attention to be paid to jets that have been stored or parked up due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, the Aviation Administration warned that these stored jets could see corrosion that could lead to an engine failure. Now, as the pandemic rages on, the Indonesian government has been forced to limit the public's mobility, which includes a reduction in the number of flights. Many aircraft have been parked as demand has slumped. However, it is mandatory for the Transportation Ministry to ensure all required maintenance work is conducted properly according to the latest standards.
Saiful, how is information from the flight data recorder adding to the picture of what we now know?
Well, you know, Dawn, important discovery and recovery today. The Indonesian authorities have recovered the flight data recorder. The Indonesian Army Chief handed the black box to the National Transportation Safety Committee for investigations. The committee said it needs between 2 to 5 days to open up the black box and to start downloading the information from the recorder. Of course, the black box will provide crucial information as to the cause of the accident. The black box that was recovered is the flight data recorder, or FDR. The recorder records recent history of the flight, most importantly, the flight from Jakarta to Pontianak on Saturday. Now, authorities said the black box was discovered at 2 p.m. local time. It was found around Laki and Lancang Islands, which are part of Jakarta Thousand Island region. Now, authorities said the pinger of the FDR was actually dislodged from the recorder, probably during impact when the aircraft hit the water. Now, the pinger is the device that sends out the signal so that search teams can locate the black box. So it's really by some chance that the FDR can be found. Right now, the search continues for the other recorder, which is the cockpit voice recorder, or CVR. The cockpit voice recorder records the recent history of sounds in the cockpit, including the conversations of the pilots. Now, the recovery of the flight data recorder comes at a crucial time in Indonesia, also as the country is set to start its COVID-19 vaccination program tomorrow. President Joko Widodo will be the first in Indonesia to receive the jab, which is the Sinovac vaccine.
Saiful, thank you very much for staying on top of this story for us. Saiful Bahri Ismail there from Jakarta.